Hi, Anna. How are you doing today? I am doing really good, Anna. How are you doing today? What did you do today? Well, how have I been? Well, good. I just taught a yoga class. I've been very focused on my diet. I've been very focused on specifically being more mindful on what I eat to boost my immune system. That's what I've been focused on. I'm not sick or anything. It's just, I guess it's just something that just was triggered to me where instead of eating things that I like, I need to, I think I'm getting closer and closer to that age where what I eat is very crucial to me. It should be more important and I should be more mindful as to what I eat. So I've been more focused on my fruits, my vegetables, anything that can boost my immune system and all of that. And I also did have a yoga class today. I taught a yoga class today. I'm going to teach a yoga class tomorrow. Pretty happy. I went to school and did a first aid and CPR training. Oh, I had actually just renewed my CPR license as well. As a yoga teacher, I have to do that every couple of years. And yeah, how do you feel about it? Isn't it hard to do like the CPR on someone and then to do it for like a long period of time, even though like in my training, obviously I didn't do it on a person. I did it on a fake mannequin or a mannequin person. Um, I don't know, like it's just crazy how tired you get, how fast you really you really get tired, huh? Right, right. Like when I renewed my license this time, I was like, holy shit. This is hard. And even for like doing it on a baby, like, like how you have to press with the fingers and stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, was that hard? My thumbs start hurting. I was thinking about that the other day too, like even if I didn't need the license, I think it's important to know that because what if it happens to a family member? And sometimes you're in shock. When it happens in front of you, like you're in shock and you don't call the cops right away. You think you would, but a lot of people, they don't do it because they're in shock or they think the other person is crying wolf, um, or what have you. And it's just crazy. But it is very, very important. Yes, and even in a random place too, exactly, right? It can really help someone, it can. And now that you have that training, it's just like you just go and you help someone, whether they're choking and you have to go behind them and either push or hit them on the back, or if it's an infant. Um, this past training, when I first did my CPR training, they even taught us how to do it with pets, but this time around that I did the renewal, it wasn't on pets. It was just on infants and adults. They're always updating it. Yeah, and that's another one. Like they're always updating it. They're always making it better, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. And it's a good thing that, like us, whether you're in fitness, like myself, I teach at a yoga studio. Um, or if you're doing it, at a hospital, or if you're working at a school, or even just, in personal, I think this is something they should teach at schools, like something like it should be like a high school class thing, or maybe part of like your physical education, you know? I mean, they tend to combine physical education with sex ed. Might as well just combine it also as well, or at least some schools do. My school did that. My high school did that. I think that would be important to um, include CPR training in your physical education class. And what made you want to do your CPR class? Are you like in medical school, or I can't remember. I think you said you were in medical school or you were doing dentistry, right? I definitely agree because it can at least grasp some training to an emergency for yourself or others. Exactly, right? Right. I think that is something that's fundamental or important. And what made you want to do your CPR training? What inspired you to want to do CPR and first aid training? It was required for my class, and I'm currently waiting if I got accepted into dentistry. I'm so nervous about it. Okay, okay, that's right. Yeah, you were the one that was doing the dentistry work. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, and are you excited? Are you looking forward to it? I don't see why they wouldn't accept you. I'm looking forward to it for sure. There's so many things going on in my personal life too that are happening all at once. Good things or bad things, or a little bit of both. Well, enlighten us. Enlighten me. What's going on in your personal life? Any boy problems or girl problems? Like, I have changes coming, starting new chapters, but I have some family that got diagnosed with cancer. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's tough. Believe me, I know it's tough. I know exactly how you feel. Also, my crush on the Leo is getting stronger, and I hope he likes me too. It's a lot all at once. Yeah, it's true. It is a lot. And then waiting to see if you got accepted to school. I'm sure you feel like you just have so much going on. But believe me, school is going to be a huge distraction, especially from the cancer thing. Exactly, and I'm genuinely curious on how it'll all play out. What's your zodiac sign again, Anna? What's your zodiac sign? Sagittarius. Right, right, right. Okay. And how old are you? Not that it matters, but how old are you? '27. Okay. Okay. And do you have any questions for me today, Anna? Of course. You can ask any question that you want to ask. Thank you for your donation. Well, what exactly do you want to know about the Leo guy? And then remind me, what is his name again? Thank you for your donation, by the way. I want to know how he feels about the last time we hung out. Did it bring clarity to him about his feelings? Okay. Actually, one second. Let me grab a little like basket because I brought with me, or the cards I'm using today are the tiny tarot. This box is a little old, but it's my traveling deck. As you can tell, I'm not in my place. Let me grab like a little basket or something so it could be easy for these cards to shuffle without me dropping these. So give me a second. All right. I grabbed a basket from here. I'm going to put, usually what I do, just so that, these tiny little cards don't just fly everywhere. I love them so much because and I've even thought about making them into necklaces. They're so tiny, but the images are just so crisp and clear. They're so good. And look at me, I dropped all of my cards. God, this is exactly why I wanted to get the basket, because the moment you have them in your hands, they just go everywhere. Give me a second, guys. His name is Josh. Okay. Hi, Dead Chrome. I just saw your message right now. How are you tonight? How was your day? Whew. Literally the entire deck fell. Let me just count all of these before we start, because I do have like a trash can right here under the desk. So I want to make sure that none of them accidentally flew in there. So give me a second. They would be so cute as a necklace, right? Like making them in like a resin or maybe making earrings or something. I thought about doing that. And I was even thinking like, because I do farmers markets and I do have an Etsy shop. So for those of you who are interested, I do have evil eye bracelets and lots of pearls and stuff coming up on my Etsy shop right now. I just have like 2 or 3 items up there. So I'm really bad at taking pictures. But I do have a lot of inventory. I'm just bad at taking pictures. And yeah, so you guys are interested in that, you guys can look that up. And I thought about doing the tarot cards, and I was thinking like if I made them into earrings, like you could choose, you know, whether you want the same ones or if you want like a different tarot card in each one, so, you know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Oh my goodness, there I go. There I go, dropping more. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or that would be 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We are missing one card. Why? Why is this happening to me? I'm going to go under the desk right now. Give me a second, guys. Alrighty. 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 I have all 78 cards. My goodness. Alrighty. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. So, all 78 cards. Let's see what the Rider-Waite has to say for you. So, Anna, Sagittarius, wants to ask, I want to know how he feels about our last time that we hung out. And you guys are just dating? Are you guys just friends? Remind me, because I'm sure we've talked about this guy Josh before, but for some reason I'm having a bit of a brain fart here. So remind me a little bit. Is this somebody you're dating? Is this somebody that you just have a crush on but nothing's going on? Classmate? Somebody that you're on and off with? A friends with benefits? You're freaking out about this. This is really making you nervous. We're friends, but I have a crush on him. Last reading, you mentioned he also was crushing on me, but wasn't sure if I wanted a relationship. He's crushing on you, but he wasn't sure. He wasn't sure if you wanted the same thing, like if you wanted a relationship as well. Okay. One more card. Okay. And then actually I'm going to get one more. Strength in reverse. Okay, so the thing is that you feel so out of touch right now, and you feel so out of control that it just seems like we are in a position where we feel like, in general, we feel out of control, so out of touch with things that are going on, because it's a lot of stuff that that's going on in your life. But at the same time, in particular with this relationship, you just feel out of control. Why am I tempted to say, and I'm sorry for saying this on the live, but you chose a live reading. What can I say? He turns you on. You're into him. You're really into him. But you're not so sure whether you should. Right here, it's telling me that you're indecisive about taking an action or making a decision regarding this. Let me see what kind of decision. About being hopeful about this or not. So you're indecisive as to whether or not you should be hopeful about this, whether you should have hope about this relationship or about this situation, because you guys are not in a relationship or not. But this is really freaking you out. This is really freaking you out. You're stressing out about this. You're really freaking out about this. Other than what? Why? Why are you freaking out about this? Because there are times where he likes to spend his alone time. If only you would see more consistency from him, or just more where he wants more of your time, then yes. But the thing is that he's either a loner or he is someone who likes to spend his alone time, and you don't know how to interpret that. You don't know how to interpret that. If he was more consistent, or if you saw him more often, then you would have been a little bit more hopeful about this, about the whole thing. But that's what freaks you out. It's because he's a bit of a loner. But you don't even see it that way. You see it more as someone who doesn't give you enough consistency for you to be hopeful about. And that's why in your mind, with the Two of Swords and the Star, you are kind of just wondering, should I be hopeful? Should I allow myself to be hopeful and optimistic that something can happen between him and I? What are you going to do about this, or your intentions? Well, it is telling me here that you're not going to do anything about it. You're just telling yourself, well, if he's not going to put, any effort, then I'm just not going to do anything about it. And I'm just going to let it die. The thing is that you tend to give off this impression that either you're a player or that you have multiple options. And you could be giving off this impression accidentally, okay? So I don't want you to blame yourself for this, okay? But it is telling me right here that you are giving off this impression that you are a player or that you have multiple options. You're a player, girl. Now, he does have the Ace of Swords in his thoughts. I'm going to pull an extra card for that. Look, he does want a new beginning with you. But he wants clarity too. He does think a lot about, maybe we should talk about this, get to the bottom of things, and maybe start a new chapter moving forward with that clear information. So this could be both ways, where he's just like, maybe I should just ask her or bring it up and talk to her about how I feel and maybe possibly moving things forward. But if she decides not to, then hey, whatever, it's a new chapter with that clarity, with that new insight. And with that Six of Wands in reverse, it's almost like it's saying, well, at the same time, he feels like it's easier said than done. It's like he tells himself, I think he's just chicken. I think he's just chicken shit. It's like he knows that all he has to do is just bring it up and talk to you about it. Right? And see where you stand. But he goes back and forth with, well, it's easier said than done. And at the same time, he's a person who doesn't allow himself, in general, he doesn't allow himself to just be a lover, to be someone who will throw flower petals on someone's feet and all of that. He's not really that type. So if you were someone who, again, you expected consistency, or you expected some sign at all whatsoever, no. I think he's pretty rigid. And why? Well, it's a form of protection. It's a form of protection. Now, you can see right here in the Four of Pentacles, he's got the pentacle, which is a symbol of protection, on his heart, protecting his heart. Because the moment he allows himself, it seems like he's had this experience before. The moment he's allowed someone in and it failed, he lost ground. So it's like he picked himself up, and he's like in this place where he's just like, I'm not going to allow someone to make me lose my ground again. I'm not going to allow someone to get too close. I'm not going to allow someone to cloud my judgment, or anything to cloud my judgment. Hence that King of Swords, someone who leans more towards logic, reason. So because of that, in his emotions, his intentions with the King of Pentacles in reverse, it's like he's in a position where he's just like, well, what does she bring to the table? Maybe I need to see first what she brings to the table before I even consider moving things forward with Anna. Nevertheless, I do think he's going to take action. This is just how he's feeling on the exterior, what's going on the exterior. But nevertheless, I do see him taking action because I think he's going to eventually get, if not already, he's going to eventually get the impression that if he doesn't do anything about it, nothing's going to happen. I think there's going to be an argument or a tense moment on the horizon between the two of you, if this hasn't happened already. But it is telling me right here with that 5 of Swords in reverse, if there's an argument that happens, he will be the one to break the silence. Right? If this argument or this tense moment, this tense conversation already happened, well, I do see him making that forward movement, right? And talking to you. But now now it seems like you both are in a position with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, representing the relationship status. Where you guys are both asking yourselves, well, what are we? What is this? Well, that's the current status quo. Do you have any other questions, Anna? Is there any advice? And no, this argument hasn't happened yet. Yeah, I figured it hasn't. But I do see it happening. Or just a tense moment where, and this could be even a thing where like maybe you guys are texting and someone took something wrong, right? Or maybe you like make a joke, right? And then he takes it wrong, you know, and you were just like, damn, like it was just a joke, you know? Well, that was only a current, that didn't give any advice. If you want to ask for advice, I'm more than welcome to give you advice. You would just have to send a donation. Do you want to do that? All right, thank you so much for your donation. Let's see what the cards have to say for you. Okay, one more card. We got the Ace of Swords as your overall theme, and then we have Two of Cups reversed, Queen of Swords, Eight of Pentacles reversed, the Lovers. Again, this is about giving or receiving clarity so that we can move forward into the next chapter. And that's if we want to hop into this next chapter with this person or not, right? Because it seems like we haven't been able to move forward in this soul contract. But your advice here is to cut the bullshit. Cut the bullshit. You see how there's clouds behind her? She's cutting off through all of that. She wants clarity in the skies. She wants clear skies. She wants the truth. And that's your challenge. You can't move forward in making that, because it seems like if not, we are in a place where we're going to continue asking ourselves, well, what are we? And it seems like the both of you guys are doing this. What are we? But you guys aren't asking each other. This connection is protected. And as your outcome, you have the Lovers. I asked the cards to double check, should you be the one to make that first move, to initiate or bring up that conversation? Yes. Yes, because that would be what brings foundation into this relationship. And not only that, I think especially because I think you were starting to already think that this wasn't going to go anywhere. You were already thinking about worst case scenario, that you were going to be hurt, left behind. This wasn't going to go anywhere. I think you were starting to have those thoughts. And with the Ten of Swords in reverse, once we build upon that foundation, you've got already two aces, which are about new beginnings. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. And once that happens, now we're taking those swords off. You know, instead of carrying on those swords, we're using them to cut through the bullshit, if you know what I mean. Rather than keeping them to yourself and betraying yourself, betraying your soul contract, because you don't want to speak your truth, because you didn't want to ask a simple question. I think you should go ahead and ask. Initiate the conversation. Any other questions, Anna? Questions, comments, concerns? You're more than welcome to send another donation. We can see a time frame as to when it would be a good time to bring up this conversation. All right, Anna, thank you so much for your donation. Just mixing the cards here a little bit, shuffling them a little bit. I kind of just want to ask him if we're just flirting or if this is a BTO thing. What does BTO mean? Enlighten me. I feel like I'm getting old. Can't believe I'm saying that. I'm getting old. Should you bring up this conversation the next time you see him tomorrow? A bro thing. Oh. I wouldn't say this next time I got a definite no. Wait until 3 other hangouts. So tomorrow, another hangout, and then bring it up after that. Okay? So 3 other hangouts, and then after 3 other hangouts, bring it up. Okay? Not tomorrow. Which makes sense because we're still in Mercury retrograde. I mean, it's okay to have clarity and bring clarity to a situation during Mercury retrograde, but sometimes when people don't know how to work with the energies of Mercury retrograde, it's better if you don't. Just wait until after. Okay? Do you have any other questions for me, Anna? When does Mercury retrograde end? Let me check my phone here. When does Mercury retrograde end? July 23rd, so Thursday. Now we do have a post-shadow period which lasts until August 6th, 2026. So we're still going to be in the post-shadow until August 6th. Okay? Do you have any other questions? All right. Well, thank you so much, Anna, for your continued support and for allowing me to help you in your journey. I will see you around, okay? And you're more than welcome to stick around and chat with us if you'd like, okay? Otherwise, have a wonderful night. And also, don't forget to like the video or the live stream.